Amolan, how are you, Mr. OT?
Kalebona, I saw the Pirates thing. Busy got commenting. But anyway, what did you think of this
No,
first
no, no.
half?
Yesterday I was very occupied. But anyway, good game. I just feel with they letting down the coach. You know when you've got a plan, and I'm talking about Chiefs, and the
Mm,
plan is going well, but
mm,
just that one person does not want to take instruction.
mm, mm,
The
mm,
plan is very let's sit back
mm,
and let's expose the spaces on the fullbacks.
mm,
It's a Sundowns.
mm,
However, the
mm,
Chiefs
mm,
midfield will have the ball instead of planting the ball
mm,
towards Dupree, who has shown which every time he comes against the Sundowns guy, it's
mm,
curtains for him.
mm,
Why not pass
mm,
that? But why not pass to Dupree?
mm,
Why are you insisting on something that doesn't work when
mm.
Dupree is clearly free? Actually, if Rulani doesn't change that guy, it would be I could say it'd be suicide because that guy's
But
a red card waiting to happen. If it's
but
not
is
a
this game made for that, Malume Kutsu? Is Kaizer Chiefs doing that? Because I can see what Ntseki is doing, and it's damage control. That's all.
no for me, I think even in attack, it's well set up. So
Mm,
if I was Ntseki right now, I would somewhat continue with the plan,
okay.
but throw in
Mm.
Uzwane and pull off Ustevi. Because I know with Zwane, he will deliver the pass I'm looking for.
But
He,
who's gonna cover
the pass is
Frosler?
on, gents.
But who's gonna
It's
cover
always
Frosler?
exposed.
That's the problem. That's why Steph is on the
That's
pitch.
the thing. Dupree is not even. That's the thing. Dupree is not even covering Frosler. And
Mm,
at this point, having watched 45 minutes, I don't think Frosler needs cover. Motsepe is proving to be one-dimensional at this point.
mm,
Down the
mm,
line,
mm,
down the line,
mm,
down the line,
mm,
down the line.
mm.
All that has to happen is for whichever kind of Castillo or whoever cover the inside or Timbers one as ball. That's all. But if
Okay.
they continue like this, but yeah,
Let,
that's
let
my
me let
parting
me
shot.
yeah, because we don't have time. I'm gonna come back though. Duncan, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good,
Yeah,
and
I'm
you, my
here.
brother?
No, no, Ron, I'm coming. And the order on my
Oh,
screen is different to your one. Sorry. Duncan, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you, my brother?
What do you support firstly? I need to know what type of energy I must give you. What do you support?
Kaizer Chiefs, man.
Okay,
Kaizer
no,
Chiefs.
Umkaya. You're welcome. You're welcome. Pelai Watuba, I know they're coming in to have us. What are you seeing from this first half?
I kind of agree a bit with Abutu Khuto, but in terms of tactics, I don't agree, man.
Mm,
I
mm,
mean,
mm.
like I said in the comments, we have such a the team. Kaizer Chiefs team is talented individually. All you
Yeah.
need to do is a coach just to bring you. You will when you are a coach, you don't teach people how to play football. You
Mm,
teach them how to play the system.
mm,
And
mm,
this
mm,
system that
mm,
we are approaching Sundowns with, for me,
mm,
it's negative. It's the second game
mm,
of the league. I
mm.
mean, if we are losing, let us lose fighting, man. Don't just lose while we're still holding back.
Do you want to be the
Ah,
Chiefs coach when you're losing, fighting, and they're throwing chairs at you at stadiums?
and the other thing, man, our players, man. I mean, even that goalkeeper there, man. Man, come on, he
Mm,
was putting that guy under pressure with that ball.
mm,
Man. I
mm,
understand it's a
mm,
mistake, but it's
mm,
not the mistakes that we need, man.
mm.
I mean, tactically, I think we are getting it wrong. I mean,
Okay.
we are not even playing this strike of ours, man. We are not
Mm,
pushing enough. Like
mm, mm,
nje nkare ke
mm, mm.
shebile idiski ya ko di ground room. I'm not happy. Hi, let me
Let
shut up.
me let me bring in Ronnie. I'm gonna come back. Ronnie, I know you
how are
guys
you,
are
man?
happy people. Go stadium,
No,
la
no,
rasa go di
no.
stadium. Kumnandi, it's nice. Nibona magola i-4. But I wanna ufuna ukuzwa Ronnie. What do you see from this game, Ron?
You know what? I think last time I told you about their preseason, right? It shows. It shows. Lately, it shows that they are not fit enough.
Mm,
One, you cannot want Sundowns to hold the ball from the back. You know they start from the back.
mm,
Let's go back to last game. Sundowns were playing against Kukun. They were making too much mistakes when they'll be pressed from the back.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
that's one thing that they're supposed to do. Chivavairo and the rest from the front, the front three, right? Supposed to
Mm.
press them as quick as they can. It's like you know the olden days where you have to just run. You know, make
Mm.
somebody to make mistakes. They're
Mm.
not doing that. They're letting
Mm.
them to
Mm.
play from the back and all that. And Sundowns is very dangerous when they play from the back because when they
Mm.
build 1-2 and then they change the direction to the other side,
Mm.
then you find somebody will come in, receive the ball, and then they
Mm.
play rude one. That's what they do most of the time.
Mm.
And another thing
But
on the right,
isn't it part of the plan? Isn't it part of Chiefs'
no,
plan to
no,
go?
no.
You
You know
know
what?
what?
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm saying yes, it is a plan to say you sit at the back, but at least have one person rest. One must rest, one must do the pressing. Simple as that.
Mm. Mm.
You
Mm.
do the pressing all the time. Somebody must press, somebody must rest. So they're not
Mm.
doing that enough. You understand me?
Mm.
They're not doing
Okay.
that enough. The Sundowns when they're vulnerable when somebody's pressing them because they enjoy to play most of the time.
Mm.
So
Mm.
don't make them enjoy to play. Press them as
Mm.
quick as you know. If Chiefs
Mm.
were playing the olden days modern football, whereby
Mm.
mark umuntu marking,
Mm. Mm.
pay
Mm.
if they want to play in that. And
Mm.
then one thing now, Maseko on the right.
Mm.
Now Sitebe now is Sitebe right the Rasta one
Yeah.
is overworked now because why
Mm.
he has to cover all the
Mm.
time which makes him to be tired and remember he has to come back to the midfield again to come
Mm.
and play again now this in minus in midfield
Mm.
the new guy from Venezuela or from where
Mm.
now he
Mm.
has to be
Castillo.
alone so yeah so
Let me
there's no
jump
way.
in. Let me jump in and bring in Agent 007 just on that point. Agent 007, welcome to the show, my brother. I thought
Yeah,
you'd be
yeah.
at Masterpieces.
No, man, I couldn't. Like, even the game, I came in like 20 minutes late. I had
Mm, mm,
an
mm.
important meeting.
What are you seeing so
Uh,
far?
yeah, I think, firstly, let me comment on the goal, Castillo is a new player, you know.
Mm,
So as
mm,
a new player, I'm sure he doesn't know what Sundowns is capable of.
mm,
So
mm,
someone needs to tell Castillo that you know what, this guy's press from the front.
mm,
Don't
mm,
take
mm,
the second touch. Play
mm,
first touch or you clear. And I think Maseko is playing super sport ball. I don't think this
mm,
Sundowns ball.
mm, mm,
Um,
mm,
you can't be the star of the show. You
mm,
know
mm,
you need to pass, you need to be dynamic. You can't always be uh, wanting to go into it. Sometimes cut, and
mm,
then play a pass,
mm,
not just
mm.
cross.
Would
Um,
you say that Chiefs is forcing you guys to play that way?
no, no, not necessarily. I think I saw this even in the last game. I think
Pella, you
this
haven't
how.
gone right. Do you understand that your team hasn't gone to the right at all? So as
Yeah,
part of
maybe.
the plan is to make them go left. And it's working so far.
Yeah, but I think if I was the coach, I think I wouldn't be worried about Maseko.
Mm, mm,
Because now you guys are committing two players on Maseko. You're leaving
mm.
space in the middle because you have is it a Tebe and a Frostler there who are double marking him.
Ah, we'll take a
Um,
corner, Chief. We'll take a corner. It's
and
fine.
I think for me, I think the last point that I want to make was
Mm,
I think say what you may about Ntseki, I think his plan is working. I think it's going well, except the goal.
mm,
I
mm,
think his plan
mm,
is stay in the game for as long as you can.
mm,
Then we would see maybe a counter attack with a Dupree, or
mm,
maybe a draw, or maybe something can happen in the last minute. So just stay in the game. You cannot play open football against
yeah.
Santos. You do that, we put you to the sword. So Chiefs is flying like is floating like a butterfly. It will sting like a
Yeah.
bee.
Let me bring Malumi Kutso. Lastly, Malumi Kutso, what are you seeing from Sundowns? Is Sundowns being forced to play a certain way because of how Pirates, how Chiefs is set up? And then also just what you think the score is going to be?
I think the plan was straight from Sundowns, and they actually doing what they did against was it Skukune, in a
Mm,
sense, just flooding one side
mm,
with Umshishi and Alende. Maeta
mm,
that skiing qualitative superiority or
mm.
quantitative superiority. Yeah, quantitative
Ya
superiority.
Rulani.
Yeah, Rulani. Yes,
Mm,
so they tried it on the right. but it's more difficult on the right because Motaung has been defending for some time in his career, and it's quite difficult for him to change into an attacker overnight. Maseko is currently an attacker, and I don't think he would do that out of his own will. It looks like it's also an instruction with him. Every time you have it, boy, take him on. Because he's not even looking up. It's like the straight, even when Froza is right next to him. It's like, and then once he's tired, we'll bring in someone to finish him off. But if Chiefs can include the right person in the midfield, I really see them maybe 2-2. There's hope, guys. It's not as bad as people are making it out. If they can get that pass to Dupree and William Moody. Trust. And if that guy asks me, it can even be 3-2. That Moroccan guy, if he's not subbed, trust me, my brother.
Okay. Duncan, what is Sundowns doing in this game? What are you seeing from Sundowns? And then also, what's your score prediction?
Score prediction, man. It will remain the same, or 2-0. I don't see us creating chances. I mean, you can even from the first half, 0 shot at goal, 0 shot at target. I'm disappointed, man. Let me just shut up. I'm just.
Hi, man. Ntseki will become a good coach, and I'm kidding. I don't know what to say.
What he's going to say to these guys, say, okay, we conceded a goal, but we got them where we want them.
Yeah, carry on.
Let's see phase 2 of the plan. Let's see phase 2 of the plan and give him benefit of the doubt there. Coming from Sundowns, I think they need to that Moroccan guy. We must press him. We must press him. He will lose his team. And that's where our goal will come in if we will score.
Okay. Ronnie, I cut you there a little bit. What are you seeing with the Sundowns, and what's your score prediction?
I think 2-1 this one. Man. I think Chiefs will score. I don't know why. I have a feeling Chiefs will score, but I think it will be 2-1, if not 3-1. But I feel Chiefs will lose this one, 2-1, 3-1. That is my prediction. But I feel nobody's talking about this. Chiefs deserve a penalty there.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Chiefs deserve a penalty there. That's a penalty. That's a clear penalty. I don't hear anybody talking about that, but that's a penalty. Let's be honest about it. Then I think Shabalala there has to receive a yellow card for that incident, and then it's supposed to be 1-1. Then I think I told you one day about the goalkeeper. You need a goalkeeper that can play from the back. They need to sort that thing out as early as possible, because I think they want to do it, but they're not capable of doing that. So I think for me, Sundowns, the only thing that they're doing, they're overloading one side, and then that's what they're doing. That is their style now. I think Rulani, that will be a style for the rest of the season. And trusting me, Sundowns will break one day because of this playing from the back. If they're not like Pirates yesterday did, Sundowns is the next team to break on that thing. So, 3-1, 2-1 to me, man. I'm not sure, but Chiefs will score.
But you're not helping my betway, Ronnie, but it's fine. Let me bring in Agent 007. Agent 007. What are you seeing from your team? Let's speak about your team, but then also quickly speak about your team and also your score prediction.
Yeah, actually, Rowan, that you reminded me, it was one of my talking points. I think it was a pen also. I think on my team, I think people, I bet harsh on Botueli, I think the game is a bit faster for him, but he's a quality centre back. I wouldn't sub him yet, because the more you guys press, the more you guys press him, the more you're gonna break your play. I think for me, I would put in a Mudiba or in Nku for Motaung. I think Nku for Motaung. I think that might be the only change for me. But otherwise, I see a 3-0, and I see Abuti Khutso. I wanted to ask him, are you hoping, or what, or you're dreaming?
No.
She was beating us.
But you guys are settling debts here. No, it's fine. We'll touch base again at the end of the match. Give me their thoughts.
You
Hey,
are. You are.
Bambule, Motsepe,
I wanna look at pirates. I wanna highly pirates. I wanna highly pirates. This is why. This is why. This is why Kiri Chiefs fans feel at home. Pirates fans room likhona ngaphandle. Ronnie, I know you wanna have me. I know you wanna have me, Ronnie. I'm gonna start with
But
you.
I did predict that it's going to be 2-1 or 3-1. That was my prediction. I told you that Chiefs will score. I feel Sundowns, man. There's something off about them. I'm sure about it. And I think people, when we talk about Sundowns, they think like we are jealous of what Sundowns is doing, but the spark is not there anymore. It's not the actually. It is Sundowns, but it's not the Sundowns that I saw last season. To be honest, the way they play and all those things, something has changed.
Are they confused maybe by what Rulani is trying to play? Because Rulani did say that they're changing. They want to be a chameleon. He used the words they want to be a chameleon type of team. So is it still a thing of maybe it's still early, they're still getting used to what he wants them to do?
Maybe he think people are starting to notice how they play and all that. He's trying to convince to make people to be not to not understand their style anymore. But I feel it one day it will confuse themselves, because the more you start to change things immediately, it will confuse you also.
Can I ask you something just on Rulani's point? I saw Rulani shouting at his strikers that they need to score. How many chances do you effing need? Ne?
Yes.
Is this where we'll see what the impact of a Steve Komphela was?
Exactly. You know what? He remember him and Steve Komphela and even who's this Manova. They're all different characters, and I think they still need somebody who has the same character as Steve Komphela, to be there in the bench and all that, to calm the players down. Remember, players they're like this. When you start to do that shouting and all those things, some of them, they're old enough. They can say, you know what, now these guys start to behave in those small groups. Same thing at Pirates, it did happen, It did happen, and something like that, it destroyed the team altogether. What I'm saying is that I feel Rulani is starting to change the play that Sundowns was doing last season, and it is going to cause them one day.
And then tell me what you saw. Tell me what you saw in the second half. Ntseki. He did try to be positive.
Yeah, but I think after scoring the goal, right? After scoring the goal, they're supposed to relax, right? You already came you already got what you came for. I think he was playing for the draw. To be honest, he was playing for the draw. He already got a goal. But I feel Shati is supposed to be, that guy is supposed to be substituted. To me, the reason being is he is the weakest link at the back. They're supposed to bring somebody, even if they don't pull him out, but get somebody who's going to be in the middle that is going to calm things down more. That is why after that goal is supposed to substitute immediately. Substitute. You already got what you wanted. Go and defend. I think it was 10 minutes or whatever left and all that. Go and defend. Why are you wasting time? Why do you have to waste time? I think this substitution was wrong and all that. After the goal substitute, simple as that, and then you go and shut the back door. Go and build a wall at the back. Go and put a bus, put the helicopter, put everything at the back. Why not? You already got what you wanted. That guy's the weakest link, and I don't know what he's doing at Chiefs. He's not a Chiefs material. I saw him last week playing and all those things. You can't be. He went and go and take a free kick in where they're supposed to score a goal. You go and kick and hit the wall. That's the whole. Come on, guys. That is not a Chiefs material. I don't know. We're supposed to go towards Kukuni. Come on,
let me bring Motaung. It turned out Ronnie was correct. You were fine. You're also correct. What did you see from this second half?
How are you, Mr. OT?
Hey, don't ask me how am I. Don't ask me how am I.
No, angiyili ngizoyibeka njengoba injalo. Trying to fix South African football. No, look, man. For once, I would love to hear the voices that usually ask Uti. They couldn't see what Mulif was trying to do. It was clear. He had a straight plan. Let's give him credit for that. And another moment is that this is Chiefs' first goal in 4 games. So it's progress if you look at it like that. And it's a very good goal. No, there are different, and there are different types of players and people.
Yeah.
There's Putsane, players who were born for the stage. They don't look the part when they're elsewhere, but give them the stage, give them the mic on the biggest stage. That's when they perform. That's when they come to life. And we saw it today. With thousands of people watching, he became something else. Took on defender, spy 2 or something like that, minus beautiful cross goal, which is what I said I hated him for when Nrelbanga died and he was playing against Pirates for Celtics. He would just take us elsewhere. And then there's the Rangas along with Rulani. I saw Ranga crack under pressure. I saw him get frustrated. He wanted to fight. And that's all because of the crowd.
Yeah.
If you're not mentally strong, the crowd will make you lose your marbles. So I saw him lose his marbles, shouting at defenders when it was like it was 5 minutes into the game. Chill out, Rang. It's 5 minutes into the game. And then Rulani, once it was 1-1, now he lost his marbles. He couldn't think.
He looks angry right now in the post match. I don't know what he's saying, but you can tell that he's saying it forcefully.
I saw him go at players, give them their history of where they come from, where he thinks and how they were born. I was like, no, this is not the one. And unfortunately, after such a great performance from Brendan Peterson, that had to happen to him. You know, Ish, some things are unexplainable. Some people are just followed by bad luck. And I think Brendan Peterson, along with Ntobi Mvala, just have that bad luck. They will put in a great shift, and just when you think it's going well, some funny decision will happen, Jim. And that misjudgment, or was it a slip, was just unfortunate. But if we're talking about the coaching, Ntseki, for me it was proper. Just one decision that I was disappointed by.
Khatebe coming on, no man.
Khatebe from Tanzania. The game is Tanzania is similar to Putsane. He enjoys the big stage. Throw in Tanzania and watch your team win 2-1. I promise you, the game was too much. And Ukhatebe has proven it before that the big stage is not for him. I remember against Pirates or something, he missed a penalty and he smiled. He's not the game BMT. Ana BMT. BMT into Tabo Putsane, Tabo Lodge, Tabo Tanzania.
And then one last thing before I let you go. When you watch Coach Rulani reacting the way he did, just off the side, do you believe that we're going to see how important Steve Komphela was to that team in terms of being the guy who hugs the players?
Well, not necessarily, because I think he has dealt with this by dismissing Uchali. He sent a message with when I react in a specific way, I do not want you to descend or whatever the correct word is against me. So by removing Ucha, he sent a strong message across the dressing room. I am the one to be tolerated here. I'm not going to tolerate anything else. So in that way, it has worked in his favor.
Okay.
Just before I leave, can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Another beautiful moment was the smile on Atazwane's face when that goal went in. It just said he is ready to work with Ntseki and not be a problem. I found that very beautiful.
How those guys work together. You guys are behind. They go together. They work together, Chiefs. They work together at Bafana. Guys. There's no problem with that relationship. Let me bring in Agent 007. By the skin of your teeth. By the skin of your teeth.
Arialo, Motsepe. Wait, jike.
Let's catch all being a mom, man. Let's catch all being a mom.
Yeah, no, I just want to thank Peterson for saving my relationship and my family. I was getting angry with everyone and and Tampi.
What did you think of the second half?
Yeah, adrenaline aside, 2 games, poor performances, 2 wins. I think that's it. I'm not impressed by the new system. Why change it if it's not broken? The diamond was so impressive that we beat Ahly 5.
I told you this man is changing. I told you.
Like at Stellenbosch, you could see like it could be, but then now that I see it, I was like, yeah, maybe because it was 10 men, against a better position now. This won't work. But I think let me start with Chiefs.
Okay.
I think was it Abuti who said Peterson and Vala, and to a certain extent Maguire, they suffer from the same illness of bad luck, because for majority of the game I was putting Castillo and Peterson as my man of the matches from Chiefs side. The problem with Chief fans is when you guys like someone, you don't want to admit someone made a mistake. The way you guys are trying to play, from the back. When I'm playing from the back, you guys are going to be pressed. So when you break the press, that's when the spaces open up. So for the first mistake, I would love.
But I don't believe. I think when we say we want to play out from the back, I think honestly it's what fans and people who watch football want us to do. But in terms of actually doing it, I don't see the structure of it. I don't see them structured for that thing or wanting to do that thing.
With Castillo, I think you guys are able to break the press. I think if you just made the right decision, that wouldn't have been a goal, because people are saying there was 3 people on him, but he had space and time to touch the first ball, to touch it first, trap it, and then try to pass. So for me, that was solely on Castillo, to be honest with you. But he was my man of the match on Chiefs side. Most of that Peterson made the second mistake. And I think, like I said at halftime, that Chiefs game plan, on Ntseki's game plan is, fly like a butterfly and then you sting like a bee, be in the game. Then when you get a chance, capitalize on it, and that's what happened, So I think you guys may not like it, but Ntseki's plan almost worked,
But didn't it change in the second half? Didn't it change in the second half? Because I think he came out in the second half wanting to attack, but the issue is that he still had players that are not attacking players. So you're watching Stebe push up on the field, but it's like, where's he gonna go to? You know what I mean? You needed more creative guys to come in, and the moment Tabo Potsane and those guys stepped onto the pitch, you started to see that now when you're attacking, there's players who understand how to attack. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think another mistake is serving out Chivaviro. I think he was going to the game. And you're bringing in a Saile. Saile will not give you anything that Chivaviro will not give you. And again, I think this is the question that you're going to have someday. Why did you guys buy Mdantsani if you're not going to be using him? Why?
Hey.
That's the different question. But let me go to my team and not talk about losers. Let me talk about
winners. Not somebody who just beat us. But you never revived me. You just got past us. But talk about your team. Tell me about the second half. Now I saw Rulani shouting and screaming.
Yeah, I think Rulani, Yamushaya in game in management. Yamusha, Kaiwan, We are taking out and I think I said this about Butuili, that in as much as he's on the edge, you guys saw how good he is when during the second half, and you are bringing in an Onyango. Onyango doesn't have space. Doesn't have
Pace.
speed, pace. Yeah. Doesn't have the football intelligence, and you're pairing him with an Mvala. So two players, same thing. At least Mvala has a bit of pace, but both of them lack anticipation and football intelligence. Football intelligence suggests you guys, you just got on. Make a professional foul there. On Dupree. So that was very poor. And again, you're taking out Ezwani.
That's the one that
I would have. Zwani is this detecting play. Once we take out Zwani, we are destroying our build-up play. And we are bringing in a Billy, which was the right substitution, was the right person to bring in, but not take out Zwani. And a Shalulile can miss goals, but that just one chance will bury it. I could see he was getting desperate for it, but I think, like you're saying, he was saying the F word on TV. I think he reacted emotionally. He knows that Shalule missed chances, and he deserves to be angry, And I'm not sure about the F word, but still deserved. But we don't take him out, because it's always going to be there.
I'm going to jump in there and go straight to the last thing I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
As a Sundowns fan, you're seeing Rulani going off. You're seeing him like angrily doing these things. How do you feel? Do you feel that the loss of Steve is going to hurt him in these situations?
It could be twofold. I think Abute Kutso raised two things. Another point of view, it could be that, when Rulani is losing his cool like this, and tomorrow is training, tomorrow is recovery, then I think the other time, then you guys are coming in. A Komphela would put an arm around Shabalala, say, what, we'll get them next time, sniper. Forget about the game. It's fine. We won. Doesn't matter. I'm not so sure about Rulani will do that. Who's gonna pump hard on them? Who gets missed chances? And then it goes back to the psychology of the psyche of players. How is it going to affect them? So it could be that. But like Abuto was saying, he has sent a message with Jali, he has sent a message, a very strong message, But at the end of the day, even if, I think we see this, kids who are raised by a strict parent, they end up becoming something else, So I think, we're gonna miss Steve, to be honest with you. So, but anyways, I'm just happy that we almost ran out of time, eh? Almost.
But we'll cover it properly. We'll do proper analysis tomorrow on the show. Guys, Monday to Friday, 12:30 in the afternoon, I'm here. And then also Monday to Wednesday, 8 p.m., I'm also here. We do panel talks, we analyze, we speak about problems with football, we speak about issues in football, we speak about the news. Everything happens. You can join me there. We speak, you jump onto the panel. Tupe, welcome to the show. How are you doing, my brother?
Yes. Skala song.
Mara ankali that much, yes. The way you wanna ankali that much.
No, what kills the Chiefs, it's what kills the Sundowns. If ungenayo umuntu enzophikisana naye ngokomqondo, idlala idice. No, this is wrong, this is right. Then go your way. That's what kills the game. Like uHadebe bengase game yakhe.
Why?
We know the guy, yeah. Esafika, yes, ube speedy, eniphi, but manje just relaxed nje. Awumboni ukuthi wenzani. And I never saw him nje. Even the chachi club in I pass. I think Mtansane was the best person for a game nje ngalesa sikhathi. And I think Ntseki, if we trust onke ama-signings akhe, bekuyigame leyo bekumele akhombise ukuthi abatrust labadlali aba-signing. Almost bonke, even umdansane ngabe ungenile. Then just
banikeze instruction, nansi instruction engiyifunayo. UNtseki udlaliswa ko-coach baphesheya ukusave igama lakhe than ukwenza i-team ukuthi ifuna ukuwina.
Yes.
You are defending more, saving his name nje ukuthi angidliwanga i-Sundowns ngo-4 number 5. What into engayithanda kuzwane, we were trying to play ne-Sundowns. Yes, yasikhombisa no, we were not there, abadlali bethu babengekho lapha. But what I saw kuPotsane, what I saw kuMoti, even though ubengekho right ngendlela bebedlala ngayo, but kube kunomuntu eswini okwazi ukudictate ama-terms ukuthi okay masibambe ibhola selispaya kanje siyenza kanje. I think ngabe mhlambe yes ngabe sidliwe kodwa ngabe siyibona into edlalwa yiChiefs. Right now just Mtseki just save his face, it's fine. Let's see the next game, but I think uPotsane ungenile wakhombisa nje ukuthi he's a star player and we need to give him game time.
And then ngale ku Sundowns uboneni today ngoba nangu Rulani besayakwatile at the end of the day, shout scream ayenzani. How did they play?
Rulani kwekamela shintshela ukuthi kuSundowns. Suppose let things be. Now ufuna ukuba in charge, afuna ukushintsha izinto kakhulu. Baye bathi why change ushintshelani kungekho ukufile. Just ukuthi yena bekumelazi ukuthi okay we are predictable now. Let me get like ngoba senomdlalo ofana no Mendieta. Mendieta kuyina Khoza ku-Stellenbosch was a go-to guy if kunzima. We need those guys. No, you trust them. Okay, manje igame ikabi. Do your thing. Give your players a free role. Yabona nje kuSundowns uzonikeza ama-players ama-free role. Bazokwenzela lento abayifunayo. Like uMaseko, yes, uMaseko bese bembambile kanjani. Kodwa if you've got both sides abadlali abafana noMaseko, then igame ibizoflowa and iSundowns cishe ngabe ishethe more than ukuthi ngoba bedlala iside elilodwa ngamaseko kakhulu umuntu obekuyena obehlupha uNakhuza. And ube kuthiwa bekuhlusha uHlanti ngale for sure would have ngabe sishawe kakhulu. UHlanti akanaso nje ureckless naku-tackling yakhe ngabe nje silimele kakhulu. So I think nje bese ke Patrice angazi.
Okay, mina khona bani ongangena uzomfaka uVuma, uzofaka uKhune, ungabafaka bona or is it just bad luck?
I think bad luck khona labantu bigger stage kube ne-anxiety. Yeah, anxiety le you want to do good igcina usekwenzeka into e-wrong ngasikhathi. So I think
do you go on?
I think nje kufanele bamthathe maybe some counseling nyana ukuthi no calm down.
Yeah.
You've got this. Don't right lokho kwenzayo. Ungafuni kwenza.
Speaking of coaches bakhuluma nama-player, ngifuna ukubuza the same question about Rulani. Now Rulani has been shouting and all of that stuff, and wabona ukuthi yena he's very strict or whatever. Are we gonna see Sundowns struggling because akasekho Steve in order to ukhuluma nama-player behind the scenes, you know, hold them, put an arm around their shoulders? Are they gonna struggle, Steve?
Yeah, sometimes overcoach ama-players yawabulala. Some kwenza ama-mistakes. It's a part of the game. Kumele ube nawo ama-mistake ukuze uzokwazi uku-rectify ama-mistake. But if a coach eyaziyo ukuthi inabadlali aba-top kangakanani, just okay guys ngabe senze kangcono kanje, not phambi kwabantu, just you can shout a change room, not phambi kwabantu, because our players egroundini asezosaba ukwenza ama-mistake. You have to know ukuthi okay senze ama-mistake but not phambi kwehlwele. Don't lose it phambi kwehlwele. As they usually say ukuthi umanqoba just keep quiet, kodwa mase se-change you know ukuthi uzokubamba lapha nalapha.
Okay, no. Oh yeah, no, sorry, finish. Oh, sorry.
I think kumele bamdonse bamhlalise phansi as management ukuthi I know use-right. Ungasabi. Because bona indlela ababona abadlala ngayo, yes, uzamile ukushintsha but le 4 diamond sekhona lapha. Then into engicabangayo just need a player ozoba brave nje ukuthi akwazi ukubamba ibhola aqonde empini because naye engiyibonile kwi-Sundowns uNakhuza uzwana akasekho kakhulu skillful kakhulu ukuthi angabamba aqonde umdlali nje kahle phela ibhola lenziwa yilokho lento eyenziwa nje uPotsane it's what changed the game noma iphi game umdlali nje even usale ngizolo bebhize kubulala abantu because he knows ukuthi ngizomshaya vele uma ngimakhile kodwa ngiyabuya ngizomshaya futhi so we need that abadlalini than uba safe lakho yilokho nje mina okungenza Ntseki ngibe frustrated ukuthi you want to save face, let the players play.
Okay. Vutlari, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing? Before you speak, Vutlari, I did tell you guys that you're going to need a moment of brilliance from a player that's going to... I thought it was going to be Tanzania, but it turns out to be Potsane. But I just wanted to highlight that. Vutlari, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm not okay, man. How are you?
Hey. I'm smiling through the pain, my brother. How did you see this game?
Look, I'll just first go. I'll say something stupid. Ngizobe ngoba ngijala ngijiki futhi.
When you come on, you must go. Ngicela ukubulisa uRoni, uKhutso.
Now I'm overthinking my brother. My brother, we're trying to fix South African football. Put us seeing Ngizobe ngoba ngijala.
How did you see this match?
No, honestly, I think Chiefs have the players to play good football. They have the players to play the ball down. We don't have tall players from in the middle until in front, except Chivamaro. But for me, they started with they played like a 4-5-1 in a way formation. Where for me, I fail to understand how do you play 3 6s, 3 CDMs, basically Castillo, Sitebe, Yusuf Mat. I'll give you the leeway with Yusuf Mat because he can go forward, but all these 3 players are CDMs. Want to play like that. It looked like we said, let's absorb, let's just kick. We get the ball from the back, kick. Pass the ball back to the first line, just kick. Hoping that Patrice will get the ball. Chivaviro, maybe you will hit the ball and then we play from the second ball. I don't know what we're trying to do, but we have the players to play the ball. You can't go away and get a player like Castillo. Then when he gets to South Africa, he shows you that I can play the ball. Let's play the ball now. Let's create spaces in between. But you don't play the gun. What are you hoping to add?
Can I play devil's advocate just for a little bit?
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Ntseki, he's under pressure right now. And I think he knows that if this match ended 4-0, 5-0, it would be worse. So I don't agree with it, but would you say that maybe he came in and said, "Hi guys, must defend any damage control. We don't want to see too much play. Three central defensive midfielders, pack the midfield, force them out left to their left, and just deal with corners."
I don't think that's the case. We could have seen something different on Monday. So I guess if we've seen Chiefs that plays on Monday, Chiefs that have a structure on Monday, then today we're gonna say he was trying to save himself. But when you play Chiefs United, Chiefs doesn't have a structure. Chiefs doesn't have a structure. Today, for a good reason, you dropped entire Nkosini Ngcobo unless something's happening with him. But what did you expect Nkosini Ngcobo to do on
Hey, Banyana, it seems that you're cutting. Is it just me, guys? Seems that you're cutting a little bit there, Vutlari. Can you just repeat that last thing?
Oh, I was saying, Nkosini Ngcobo couldn't do anything last week because we're just kicking the ball up and down. And I can't play inside situation. Look, we have put Dupreez as your striker, or you want to play Dupreez as a false 9, cutting back from the wing. let's be realistic about the game of football. If you're playing the ball, you're passing the ball around, you're allowing Sundowns to make an offside trap, allowing Patrice to just come from the shoulder of the defender. You make that one split pass, you get a goal. But playing the ball out, we run the ball. Sundowns gets the ball, pass the ball, come back, we attack. Honestly, according to me, Chiefs could have lost this game still 4-0 if Shalulile was taking their chances. Maseko took the chances. We could have lost this game 5-1 for argument's sake.
Let's move into Sundowns. I don't feel like this Sundowns team is strong. I'm not scared of the Sundowns team.
Exactly. Why didn't we use that as an advantage? But then we talk about Sundowns. It looked like, I don't know, but there is something wrong unless the coach is trying to introduce the new players first. He's trying to introduce the new players first and see how they fit in with the team. Then from there, you look for the best 11. Because to me, that's what it looks like. It's playing all the new players in Beijing, Oneo, and the others. The way we played, like we're looking for speed. Let's play with speed. Chiefs gonna play a high line. Just look for Tapelo Maseko and big up to Frostler because they managed to deal with that. Sundowns, it's not a Sundowns where it's not a Sundowns that passes the ball very well. It's like pass. We're in the middle, pass. Tapelo Maseko will make a run, give him the ball. So I think maybe it was all that. Also, it's not the Sundowns that we will say they dominated the game. You know, it's not Sundowns that will say whether you're playing any day, Sundowns will come at you. They will create 20 million chances. To me, it looked like they were playing one way. They were trying to play Tapelo Maseko, for which Rulani could see that is not working. Frostler is with Tapelo Maseko. The entire game, why don't you now change play? He never changed play. I don't know what it's his purpose. And for some reason, they did ask him the same question, and he said, "He's trying to confuse the enemy because he's one of his analyst friends said, I don't know what kind of football you were playing," and he said that's the point. We are trying to confuse the enemy. So yeah.
Let's stick there, but just two things on Rulani. We saw him losing his.
Sundowns will still take the league.
Yeah.
Yes, Rulani seems like he's losing it. But
then I want to ask you on that one. I want to ask you on that one. Is Rulani now? I've actually got two. Is Rulani going to
losing the league? But
is Rulani going to miss out? Yeah, what's going on? Are we? I think we. I wanted to ask you. Is Rulani going to feel not having Steve there, seeing as how his anger welled up there at the end and the way he was talking to the players? And then secondly, is he also going to miss out on having experienced players like Abu Charlie in games like this? Because Mokwena was nowhere for me. There we go. I think there was problems. Terence, welcome to the show. Guys, is it me? Am I the one that's behind here? There we go, Terence. How are you doing, my brother?
Yeah. I'm good, man.
Firstly, what do you support? What do you support, firstly?
I am a mighty fan.
Thank you. I feel at home. What did you see from this game?
No, it was a good game, pa. It was a super game. It's just that I was super impressed by the coach for the fact that he took Rulani Mokwena, from a middle field point, and he took him to play the central point. That one, it was too deep for me. Man, like Sundowns, we can never accept, man. Like, it's not we are saying this thing is a big team or anything, but then he took the risk. I heard the guy saying, this team, I think, guys, we need to applaud what's there. You can't. I guessing someone who's playing go middle field, where a control play, yeah, are taking from the central. Really deep since he that guy Ozama something that we are not even thinking of.
So do you think maybe maybe Sundowns Kabisa Mofa all this control right now? Maybe Netswanse no, we're thinking Rulani 1 more year, Lebo Stevie, Lebo Mangoba, and then Utlainka. But to make all these new changes right now, do you think or is Heta going forward?
No. Sundowns is a big team, Prawa. There is no way you make mistakes. Rulani, he was. Most of the people think Rulani was brought up yesterday. But why since Valatelana the ball, as much as I don't know much of you, but then we follow football. There's no one who will just go into coaching. But then
but head coaching is different. Head coaching is different, and he's made a lot of changes from what Sundowns used to play. So I think it's not that he's not a good coach or whatever. It's just that Pela now he's alone, and everything Udichinchile. Is it good for Sundowns to have gone that route to say we're going to change something that is working for us? Rekenye Rulani, then Kyole Steve, what's Amaya? Then people are leaving, they're changing players. Is it not some maybe too much right now? Or will they catch it later on?
No, listen, go on, Prawa. Perfect. Go for one story, Mkwena, who over explore Sundowns to an extent. The Sundowns is exploring to that name. Bona okhono amisa hore a dlale 5. Mokwena ona dlala 5 today. If o no e bona. There was a snap play nngwe the goal e a entseng ele. Ke Mokwena if you noticed. Understand? So we need to give credit where it's due, guys. We can't always have the expectations that are did bolo. No, but what it's going there. But then problem go. I guess he control as fans. And problem is easy where it's going wrong. It's the system. So system Chiefs is very wrong where they are being recruited by other people, which is we can't say who.
Yeah.
So it's wrong, bro. You can't say hore Zwane Adlale 4-5-1. But then at the end of the day, Abudi mare khona o bua mare ke bo mama.
Boo, Khosha, we ente.
Yeah, these people we batla ba bua re don't play 3-4. Most of them like badula batla this system 3-4-3. And then it's wrong. Why also strike is Dupri as a striker? You have chief forward and a blind bra. Like Kidlag Bua most of the time Dupri Corey, let's hot. I was surprised to Chiefs didn't extend contract as hot. But then problem was one. Like football is very dangerous because of how much was our rat. Yeah, whatever was something wrong. Wow.
Yeah.
So my system thing needs to change.
Okay.
I have limited time. The one thing in the other one, Chiefs needs to change strategy, that thing, no system. You can't say bana ba banyane o ba lahlela ko Premier League. Not happy. Bo 70 bona brawa. I think that thing happened. We need to have a system e kgonang hore le hosane o bo bona hore Thembazwane who the team throughout the season. Wait. So
Okay, hi, no stress, no stress.
So the last one, Prawagane. I team ya inzima.
Yeah, Kakwala. It's not for that today.
No.
We're not doing that today. I heard from you guys yesterday. We're going to talk about these things in depth tomorrow. So when I go live tomorrow, 12:30, we're going to talk about it properly. Leona, Pirates, and everybody. I don't want to let you guys... back. So guys, yeah, I am live Monday to Friday, 12:30 afternoon, and then Monday to Wednesday, 8 p.m. I'm not going to be live 8 p.m. tonight because we just did this. Guys, we're going to discuss it tomorrow properly. I can't stay too long. So for me, when you look at the game, it was clear that Ntseki came in with a plan, right? And the plan was we're going to, we've got a very good defense, so we're going to sit back and basically try frustrate Sundowns, right? Sundowns wasn't playing very well. Thembazwane went missing, and Masego was getting the ball a lot down the left-hand side, which meant that Sundowns wanted to overload that side, but then Chiefs, on our right-hand side, overloaded them with Frosla and Stebe. So Stebe, guys, don't think about Stebe as somebody who was meant to play football today. Motsepe was meant to be an extra person in midfield so that they could stop Sundowns from coming centrally, push them wide, and then just have someone there to stand next to Frosla so Masego can't turn around. So that when those two go out and do that, in the central, the two guys in the center, as long as they're not getting moved around, it's fine. You have Castillo in front of them, you have the two guys in the center, that's what the plan was. It wasn't to attack. Today's game plan was not to attack. I'm sure if he could, he would have taken Chivaviro out and Dupree out and had more midfielders on the pitch just to stop Sundowns. And it was the damage control lineup, right? We saw in the first game, he went with Shabalala and Nobo. He was trying to go attacking. I think he thought, yes, now I'm scared of Sundowns. I'm not going to play that game versus Sundowns. So let's try sit back and frustrate them, which sort of worked because Sundowns, outside of the two chances that Shabalala missed, the goal was a mistake. The first goal, the second goal was a mistake. So if that's what he wanted to do, maybe steal a point from masterpieces, he's done it, right? I'm not going to say I would have done the same thing or if I like it, but I will give him credit for this time he had a plan. Issue now comes with the Chiefs that second half comes around, we're 1-0 down. He thinks, let's go forward and attack these people. You can't attack with the players that I just told you about. Stebe is not going to attack. Stebe was meant to be an extra man. Now you're asking him to take the ball and move it up and be the connector up front. And he's not going to do that. He's not going to play that game. You get what I mean? We then took out Uranga, for example, and then we started crossing. So now Ranga's off the pitch, you're crossing the ball. Crossing to who? Which goes back to that same issue we've been speaking about, that Ichiv seems to play opposite to what the players on the pitch are. And his decision-making in terms of the changes, right? Khatebe coming on. Guys, I was shocked by Ungobo starting last match. Person who's been on injury, he's been inconsistent for a little bit. Why do you start with that man when you've got guys like Tanzania who are sitting right there and they were playing week in, week out last season, right? In terms of match fitness and being ready and also maybe tactically being able to absorb your tactics, I'd go to Tanzania. But he decided to start Ungobo last season. Now this time when we need, last game, now this time when we need some attacking something, where we're going forward, we need somebody who can control the game higher up the pitch. He brings on Ukhate. And then it's like, oh, but my guy, now Khatebe hasn't played. Well, how many games has Khatebe played since being a Chiefs player? While you're sitting there, and again, Tanzan is right there, for example. Mdu is right there, for example, right? We needed somebody who could give us a little bit of something. So some of the decision making that we make as the club, it's starting to look as though Ntseki is very good defensively. So when you defend, when you have to defend, and maybe it's just because of Simang on Ditoke, but when we're defending, he looks very good. But in terms of going forward, it doesn't seem like any of them, Ata, him, Dylan, know what to do. They don't know, right? And that's going to be something that we have to look out for. We almost got the smash and grab win. Almost got the smash and grab win. So Jordaan, but of course, two mistakes, 2 goals. Sundowns got the 3 points, right? On Rulani, I know a lot of people think it's hate or whatever. All I'm saying about Rulani is we've now watched 2 games of Sundowns, and again, I'll say give them 3 games, give all teams 3 games in order for us to see what's going to be done at those teams. But Rulani, this game, he didn't adapt to what Chiefs was doing. So Masego kept being the person who was getting the ball and playing the ball, and he didn't adapt to that. But also, as you get later on in the game, you see Chiefs is doing something. He takes off Zwane, he takes off Shalulile. Yeah, maybe they were tired, but now he's lost that control, right? And then lucky goal, obviously. What's going to be interesting to watch is that he said in a press conference that he wants to be a chameleon. He wants this team to have plenty of ways to attack and play when they're playing against different type of opposition. And I think you're going to need more experience in order to do those type of things. Because when it breaks down, when you're looking at the guys that were there when it broke down, it became a bit tough, right? And him shouting, that was just me asking a question, because what we had been told by Sundowns fans and Sundowns supporters and people that follow Sundowns was that Mangoba is the brain. Mangoba is the adult. He's the adult. Rulani is the brilliant coach. Maybe a little bit harsh, maybe a little bit rough. Maybe he says those things. And then Steve was meant to be the guy who the players love, and he speaks to the players, and he puts an arm around them, and so that dynamic of the 3 of them used to work like that. The question is, how is the dynamic going to work now when it's just Rulani? And maybe Mangoba, I don't know how much input, because he didn't seem like either he was somebody who puts his arms around players' shoulders. So how is that going to work? Because is it going to be a situation like last season where it gets so bad that an Andile Chali says, nah, fam, they bench him, and Andile Chali also goes, you know what, it's fine. We're going to lock heads. Let's lock heads and stay there, right? Is it going to be one of those situations going forward? Are we going to see that with some of the older players? Are we going to see that with Abu Shalulile, Abu Zwane maybe getting to that point? We don't know. But it was just a question to ask. With his personality, do you need a Steve to be sitting next to him, right? Over and above that, guys, 2-1. Not as convincing a win as Sundowns had said they were going to beat us by, especially the fans that said they were going to beat us by. So I guess a bit of an improvement. I think Ntseki had to be defensive a little bit, because if it was 4-0, forget. Everybody would be going off. He would have the toughest time. I think now he'll still have a tough time, but it's 2-1. You can still explain it away. So I think that's what he came into this game to do. In any case, guys, please follow if you have not followed. I'm going to be streaming watch-alongs on YouTube, because I'm having problems with YouTube with Facebook on that. So please follow me on all 3 platforms. If you want to join our Fantasy Premier League team, on my profile, there's a link there. It's got the code and also all of my different places. I have other content on Facebook and YouTube. So please support me there. Follow those accounts as well. Follow this account if you haven't. Monday to Friday, 12:30 in the afternoon, we're here. Monday to Wednesday, 8 p.m. I'm also here. Then we're going to do watch-alongs over the weekend. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you to the panel. Apologies to everybody that wanted to come in. But we're going to have time tomorrow during the normal session at 12:30 to just speak about all of these things in depth as we normally do. But thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.